Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Jason, I'm your watch guy today. We all know that on this channel, I love a micro brand. I love seeing what they're coming up with. I love seeing how they're pushing the boundaries of the market a little bit, showing what the little guys can do, often outdoing the big guns. And one of those brands that I've really enjoyed over the last year or two is RZE. Now, RZE have released a new watch. They've released their Valour. Now, this is a chronograph titanium watch. It's got a VK movement in it, and it comes in at just £264 on their website right now. And I'm going to tell you, this is one that I don't want to send back. By the way, I don't get to keep this. I do have to send it on to the next reviewer. This isn't a paid promotion in any sort of way. That's a good segue into that. But I wish I didn't have to send this one back because it's absolutely fantastic and it's just the perfect everyday wear for me. So, without further ado, let me turn this camera around and let me introduce you to the RZE Valour. So guys, this is the RZE Valour. Now this comes in 3 different colour options. Today I have the Panda variant. Well, this is what I call the Panda variant. Now, it looks absolutely fantastic and we will get into the case shape and everything like that in a moment, but really what you want to know is the dimensions at the moment. In diameter, I have it coming in at 43 millimeters here to here. Now obviously this is an unusual case shape and it does have a little bit of heft in its width, but it does wear really well for a 43 mil casing, and that is down to the lug to lug, which actually comes in at 48 mil. Very wearable 48 mil at that. With this being a titanium case, it is a very easy wearing watch. Now it is a 12.3 millimeter thick case, so it does come in quite around the standard type of depth that you would expect. These lugs are 20 millimeters wide, so plenty of strap options for you. One of those being RZE's titanium bracelet. Now, I've tried their titanium bracelet on their last model and it is fantastic. So I do advise people to have a look at that if they like a braceleted option. We have drilled lugs for the ease of switching out the strap on this one. As well as that, we have quick release spring bars on the band that we have here. Now, let me talk to you about this casing. It is titanium, but it is a coated titanium to make it more durable, make it more long lasting, which you're going to want because this watch will very quickly become your daily wear. And I know that because it quickly became my daily wear. I absolutely love it. I think it's a fantastic piece. And to be honest, I'm going to have to say that RZE have outdone themselves once again. This is the best one that I've seen from them. I did love the last model, but this is fantastic. It is available also in a salmon dial, which is quite unusual. Now, the casing is very unique in the way that it hides the chronograph pushers over to this side here. We also have the crown sat very nicely inside the casing. That is a screw down crown and it has good levels, in fact, excellent levels of nailing. First click is the date window, second click is the time. Now this is a VK movement, so it is a mecha quartz chronograph watch, this one. Let me just activate this pusher. The pushers are very firm and very well built. It feels pretty good to use the chronograph on this one. Stop that there and you'll see the nice click back into position. As I show you this side here, you can see that the crown is signed with the RZE logo. I'm quite glad that they changed up from, I think it was RZE in the beginning. This is definitely a step in the right direction, I think. As we move to the back, you can see that is a screw down case back. We have the RZE logo down at the bottom again and the usual information around the outer edge. Now this is also a sapphire crystal and it sits just above that bezel. The bezel is also something that I absolutely love. I love the effect of it. It's almost a Speedmaster type of effect. I'll move her in here. As you can see the tachometer around the outer edge, that matte type of finish to it really does give me a vintage type of speedy look, I think. To me, it has a lot of looks of the Speedmaster with that chronograph, but it also has a little hint of a Zenith an El Primero and a vintage El Primero. I think it's an absolutely fantastic design. So this bezel is actually a fixed bezel. It's a tachymeter display. It's a matte effect. The markings on this are in silver and they really do complement the titanium casing. As we talk about this titanium casing again, how fantastic are those angles? The lugs are just beautiful. They sit perfectly. They really promote the rest of the watch and the dial. On the edge here, we have some really nice chamfered edges also, which give a really nice feel to this watch. And I love the built out type of effect over onto this side with the pushers and the crown. I think it's very well presented. I think it's a really good looking watch. Now, this casing provides this watch with 200 meters of water resistance, which I think is really impressive considering that we have exposed pushers. These aren't screw down pushers. They are just standard pushing chronograph pushers. So that is really impressive for me. 200 meters is a very good rating for a chronograph watch of this manner. I'll just stop that chronograph again. I really do enjoy using the chronograph on this one. As we move into the dial, it's again very well designed. They've outdone themselves, as I said. We have baton indices, very well pronounced baton indices throughout the dial. They are applied and they are loomed. They have a silver grey type of outer edge to them, and they are very pronounced from the dial. They sit up from the dial, as you can see there. It does give the dial a lot of depth to it. We have a minute track running around the outer edge, and on the outer edge of the batons, we have really nice little blue type of squares to finish off the edge. Now that plays really well with the rest of the colours in this watch, as you can obviously see the blue type of tone coming through. It gives a different type of feel to the usual Panda type of style of watch, usual Panda dial. It gives it a little bit more of an accent. Up at the 12 o'clock, we have the RZE logo printed to the dial, and down here at the 6 o'clock, we have 200 meters chronograph. Now, the date window is positioned at the 6 o'clock here. Obviously, this is a VK64 movement, so it is a Mecha Quartz Seiko movement, which gives us these two chronograph dials on this second chronograph hand here. They have left out a second hand, which gives it more of an automatic type of feel to it. It takes away that quartz tick, which I prefer in these watches. Now that's each to their own. Personally, I prefer this, so it kind of goes down to your own taste. Now these sub-dials are recessed into the dial quite deeply, and that gives a really nice effect of depth too. They have a vinyl type of effect to them with white indicators around, and over on the chronograph second dial we have really nice blue outlines to it, also really nice blue effect, which really does go well with the 24-hour hand over here and the chronograph hand. I really do like that tonal blue throughout the dial. I think it gives it a little bit more of a feature to this dial. Now the handset on this one is not one that you see very often. It is a sort of arrowhead type of handset, almost sword type of handset, with skeletonized features to it and lume filled. It is in a matte grey effect, which goes well with the titanium. Again, it flows through the tones of this watch very well, and it all does come together very nicely. The second hand is a simple pencil blue second hand. Again, that blue really does bring together this dial. Now, obviously, the next question is the lume, and I'm going to turn out the lights and we're going to see how they've done. So we have a pale blue effect lume on this one. It is actually really well spread. It's really well applied. Now, I do believe it'll probably get better in the production. Obviously, we know how prototype watches are with the lume. I do like the amount of lume that they have given to this, considering it's not really a dive watch, so they could have got away with a lesser standard, but it's quite good. It's quite good. It's not the best in the world, but it is quite good. Now, as we move past the head of this watch, we move on to this band. This is the one that it's supplied with. It comes with a titanium buckle, which is really nice to see that they've matched up there with the RZE logo. The buckle is also quite angular, and that really does fit well with this watch design, so I'm glad that they didn't just throw any old thing on this. They've really thought about every aspect. This band is really subtle, very nice on wrist, very comfortable on wrist. As I did mention, it does have these quick release bars, and it does have drilled lugs on the on the model, on the casing also. Now this is the first model that RZE have released onto the market, like directly through their website. And I think that it's a fantastic one to start with. I'm just going to pop it on wrist here. As you can see, it fits really well on my 6.2 inch wrists. Now, 43 millimeters and 6.2 inch wrists doesn't really sound like the right match, but this just fits so well. It fits perfectly to my wrist, and honestly, it's been so comfortable. I've worn it like pretty much every other day since I've had it in, and I've absolutely fallen for it. I think it's a fantastic watch. And as I say, for £264, RZE have outdone themselves. Now let's move on to the moan section. It's not going to be the easiest one for me. This watch is fantastic. Now, I think the downsides, not everyone's going to be into the titanium. So if you're not into titanium though, you're not into RZE. I would have liked more action on the case back. I know that's very, very picky, but I've kind of run out of options for moans on this. And 43 millimeters, not everyone's going to enjoy such a wide watch. I do, but as I say, I've had to be really picky in this moan section because this watch is absolutely fantastic. It is available on the RZE website at the moment. I have linked them in the description. If you'd like to check one of these out, please do head there. As I say, £264. They've really outdone themselves on this one. So guys, that's the RZE Valour. Now I said to RZE when they showed me the renderings of this or the pictures of this, I need to have one of these in because it looks absolutely gorgeous. And I was right, it is absolutely gorgeous. And it's definitely something that I would really love to add to my collection. I may be in talks with them very soon about one of these because, yeah, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. Now, if you'd like to pick one up, their website is linked below. As I say, this is the first one that they brought directly to the market. No Kickstarter campaign or anything like that. And I think it's a good one to start on because £264 is very accessible for a lot of people. But this type of specification isn't usually available for £264. A titanium watch, so well built, an original design also. It's definitely a winner. 100% a winner, and they've done really well in this release, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do next. Just everything that comes out of that brand or the brand owner is just fantastic. All of the RZE watches, as well as the HVD that was released a while ago, they're just, yeah, they're beautiful, really beautiful watches. Very exciting brand for me. Thank you for watching this, guys. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.